and welcome to our lecture on Communications and Media with Journalism M01 Introduction to Mass Comm at Moore Park College. My name is Professor Kelsey Stewart. Here is the 101 on M01 terms. Communication is officially defined as the imparting or exchanging of information or news. Applied to mass communication, it is the process of imparting or exchanging information through mass media to large segments of the population. Media, or medium for plural, refers to the communication channels through which we disseminate news, music, movies, education, promotional messages, and other data. This includes both traditional, which is print, and digital media. Here's some types of communication. We have interpersonal communication, which is one-on-one. We have mass communication, which will be one to many, ideally press to public. We have organizational communications, which is a deeper look at how people organize their information exchanges to maintain and facilitate group behavior. And we have intercultural communication, the exchange of information and ideas across different subgroups and cultures. Typically, there are certain types of communication. We have rhetorical, semiotic, phenomenological, cybernetic, psychological or socio-psychological, sociocultural, and critical. Rhetorical refers to communication as a discourse and tends to concern itself primarily with interpersonal communication or one-on-one or one-to-a-few communication acts like speech. Today, that focus resembles political speeches, if you want to look at it like that. Semiotic is primarily an exchange of signs revealed within communications. Phenomenological, it deals with the experience of communication. Cybernetic deals with views communication as a flow of information. Psychological is concerned with the impact of communication acts on the individual, as in their sense of self. Sociocultural sees communication as a way of challenging social order. Critical views communication as a set of assumptions that are open to challenge and negotiation. Think of a wider view as in what communication is. Can you imagine a world without it? How would we function? In regards to cultural roles of communication today, communication tells stories and retells stories. Repetitive and recursive patterns of representation and ideology, ones that reinforce common stereotypes, trends, and platforms. Think of the narratives that surround our current president, the constantly at war political parties, or certain celebrity stereotypes of reputations that we are familiar with. Cultural roles of communication are also depicted by social order maintenance. So mass communication also regulates what is socially acceptable to communicate to a broad audience at a given time. Think of the journalist that was suspended for posting a story reference to Kobe Bryant's rape cases the afternoon of his fatal crash. The public decreed that it was improperly and untimely mentioned. Interpret information. So the cultural roles of communication today also interpret information. We can see this most clearly in the media, where our interpretation of facts is often guided to a certain conclusion. Number 4, this governing behavior helps to pinpoint the set of values and ideologies based on the surrounding culture. So culture plays a big role in the type of communication that is mass distributed. Lastly, the consumer seeks diversion, socialization, identity, and surveillance as they communicate. The public seeks communication as a sense of gratification. What is culture? In regards to communication studies, culture is a set of learned behaviors shared by a group of people through interaction. Think of a culture you are a part of. What are the types of mannerisms and routines that are common in your culture? Cultures are not fixed, but are fluid, always changing and responding to pressures and influences. Cultures I belong to would be motherhood, the culture of soccer mom, trying to get kids to eat healthy, instructor, newsroom, facilitator, journalism culture, wife of football coach culture, and whatever comes with that. Think of other cultures, groups, designations that you are involved with or that you're associated with. Aspects of culture. Some of the aspects of culture is representation. What signs, modes, and discourses help to convey the meaning of that culture? What does pink mean in our culture? What does fall signify? What do fireworks symbolize? Senior year of high school is idolized with what dance? Think of our culture and the symbols and signs that represent it. Identity is how meaning is internalized by the audience. What identity do you relate to in our culture? In Southern California, as a student, as an athlete, as a worker. Production. The production of this meaning, such as how someone portrays their identity. Think of what stands out as surfer wear or athletic gear or stay-at-home mom looks. What do we expect in forms of production to represent a certain type of culture? Consumption is the ingestion of the production or mass production and reflects the cultural values and expectations conforming to values and expectations. So if you relate to a certain religious faction, are you a consumer of a certain type of wardrobe? Whether a recent trend like the hipster look with young Christians or a required part of your belief system. So for whatever type of religion, if you have something that you wear, that is trendy. Think of other consumptions in regards to music associated with different demographics, video games with different age groups, the trend of Fortnite in youths, or country music in Southern Americans. What trends or stereotypes involve the consumption, the ingestion of the production? Lastly, we have regulation, the forces which constrain the production, distribution, and consumption. The best example of this would be the mode in which culture subsets are rebroadcast and thus accepted. So think of YouTubers followed by the youth, the media channels that are idolized by different subcultures, the Netflix series that attract a set demographic. Their followers allow them, the regulators, to do just that, regulate their communicative culture. In conclusion, a nation's community, religious sector, or political party's culture sets its parameters on its type and style of communication. That communication is represented in a type of media each culture's majority consumes. In order to study mass communication, we must first understand the foundation of communication and its differences in each culture. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in our next lecture for M01 Intro to Mass Communications.